Hey, welcome to the Brocade Campus Feature Explainer Series. I'm Terry Henry. Today we're going to talk about multi-netted and secondary interfaces on the Brocade Campus Series. Um, a multi-netted interface is an interface that has more than one IP subnet on it in our speak. So if we go into an interface, say 1/3/2 here, I can assign multiple IP addresses or IP subnets. So say we do 172.16.1.01/24, and then I can assign 2.1, 3.1, so multiple subnets to the same interface. And I can keep going. I can add up to 10 per interface. And so these are subnet addresses. So on other vendors, often in order to do this, you have to create a secondary, put a secondary at the end of it because it's a secondary address. In our case, that's not a secondary. So in our case, you can have multiple primary subnets on an interface. The reason you would need to use a secondary is if you wanted a second IP address in one of those subnets that you've already created. So for example, if I wanted to also be 172.16.1.2, then I would need to make that a secondary because it's a secondary of an existing IP address, right? So if I do an IP address 172.16.1.2/24, well, if I hit enter here, it's going to give me an error, right? Because it's going to say there's only one primary per subnet. So that's a situation where I need to use the secondary keyword at the end of that. So I would do a secondary. And so now I have 172.16.1.1 as my primary, and then 172.16.1.2 as my secondary. And I could have multiple secondaries as well. So I could have .3. That's totally fine. You can have multiple secondaries, but you're going to only have one primary per subnet. So multi-netting to us means multiple different subnets on the same interface. And secondary is a second IP address on a subnet that you've already assigned to the interface. So just quickly, if we do a show run here and have a look at that interface, we see interface 1/3/2. Here's all the subnets. So 172.16.1.2.3.4 are my subnets. So those are my multi-nets. And then I have my secondaries, both of which are in the same 172.16.1 subnet. Okay, so that's it for today, and thanks for joining. Take care.